So tonight I have had a couple drinks, several drinks, and figured it's a good time to pick back up on streaming of Fury. It's probably a terrible idea, but we're gonna go with it. Um, so I picked Fury back up a couple of days ago. Did not stream. Figured I would reacquaint myself with the controls because let it sit for a few days and didn't get really acquainted with it the first time. So in the process of reacquainting myself with the controls, I beat the boss that I was on, which was the girl that was in prison in the blue room with the obstacles. Was not a terribly compelling fight. Moved on to the next fight, which I thought was really fascinating, fairly frustrating, and ultimately really satisfying. Defeated that guy and moved on to the next one. So, for the sake of having streamed some part of every fight, we've got the previous video. I did fight and lose to the girl in prison. Like I said, I don't think that was a very compelling fight, so I'm not going to go back to that one. I will, however, now start with one that I have already defeated, but I enjoyed quite a bit. I think I can just go back to the menu here.
Bam! Wiped out. Single impact.
I assumed I could chapter select. I thought I had seen that going on. This may be, like I said, a terrible idea to be streaming this and not have tested. If I can't go back, I'll at least stream attempts of the boss that I'm on. Perhaps if I load rather than continue.
Wiped out in one single impact.
Nope. I guess I cannot go back. That's upsetting. I really enjoyed that fight. I can practice. There we go. We'll practice against this guy. So this was a really fun fight, I thought, because a lot of it is like risk-reward. You have to not punish yourself too bad, although you can't really help it, so that's how it starts off. I can run around freely. I was going to say he's not attacking. He does very weak attacks, but as you can see, my attacks bounce off and come back at me, and then bounce off the back, and continue to come. It gets pretty chaotic, and this, like what we're seeing right here to start off with, is really light compared to what happens ultimately. So I don't know what the best strategy is here, other than like don't get hit, keep shooting things. Luckily, if you hit him once, this phase ends. Again, hard to talk and really focus at the same time. Plus, alcohol is involved. We'll see how well I do. I'm hoping I can beat him again, or at least get down to the final phase, so we can capture all that on stream and move on to the current fight. Grab some health here. So this is kind of a, we'll call it bullet hell, but so far it's pretty mild bullet hell. I know it looks chaotic and it looks a bit tough, but like I said, this is tip of the iceberg in terms of what we're going to get into in this fight. We do pretty good early on here about, keeping the health orbs flowing. I'm still doing a terrible job of focusing on what the hell I'm doing and talking at the same time, but not doing too bad. One thing I have learned through playing this, and this phase should be over here shortly, is when you do complete a phase, it refills your health. So I don't really need to stay topped off here. I just need to stay with as much health to not be in danger of dying. This phase will end here quickly, and my current health won't matter. I think if I get that shot through, yeah, there we go. Phase over, my health is refilled, and we move on to phase 2. So, this part of the phase got much easier when I realized I can charge my dodge and just get out of the way there. So again, this goes risk reward. I gotta shoot this triangle, but when I shoot it, it makes those beams come out, and they're predictable, so that's nice. So it's a matter of like shooting, strafing, being mindful of these orbs that pulse in and out. Like I said, there's a lot going on and a lot you gotta like pay attention to, but it's not super hard once you figure it out. Like, I mean, when you first start, it's not even clear, like, if you're doing damage, what you're supposed to be doing, but it all becomes pretty clear after a while. Pretty easy to get them out of that phase. Now, again, little mild chaos here, one more bullet hell, like, basically waiting for him to show up, and you just have to counter him once, and triggers the next part of the phase. And now we'll get into the point where we just need to damage him a bit to get him to progress. So I'm basically looking for counter opportunities there to heal myself and to be able to attack more. With some health orbs floating around. Like I said, they do pretty good in this fight in general about giving you ways to keep your health up, as I just lose more and more health there. I had gotten pretty good at parrying and countering all those, but well, maybe it'll come back to me here. I said alcohol's involved. And while this attempt is sloppy, I may be making this look slightly easy, but I assure you this took me many attempts. There we go. So that's the end of that phase. Again, charge and let go as these pulse at me. These ones will actually pulse back, so it's a little more difficult. So I still got hit there. And we're back to this familiar setup where I've got to attack the cube, but attacking it causes the beams to come outward. And now I have these orbs to dodge as well. I found that dodging backwards works well for the orbs. You just have to dodge backwards and then forwards again to miss the beam. So I got too caught up in trying to get health there and didn't pay attention to the orbs. So again, similar to the last time we saw this, only now there are more of these orbs. They multiply if I shoot them. Oh, sorry. Again, just have to wait and counter him once, and oops, not jumping that. That's for sure. His attack patterns in this phase don't really change much. Just a couple basic things that he does. Oh, I lost. Died there, so I'm down 1 bar now, and it just starts that phase over. So a little bit like a checkpoint. Something I've learned there is, you know, once you lose your life, it just starts the phase over. That was not clear to me at all when I was doing my original playthrough. Like I said, backwards is my preferred way to dodge these things. I'm doing a bad job of actually going backwards on them right now. Forwards works as well. If you have to go backwards to dodge the beam, you can go forwards to dodge the orbs. Oops. Helps if I press the dodge button. I see the health orbs and I just get too excited. There we go, phase over. And we just have to wait for these orbs to start moving and then wait for the counter. I try to take the approach of like make every attack count. Like if he's gonna come after me, I may as well make him pay for it. So even though I took damage there, obviously it wasn't ideal. I got a couple shots in. Not doing a great job of parrying these attacks. I said I had the timing down pretty good for a while. I got 2 out of 3 there. It ends up in not a very good net. There we go. Lost another life bar, so we'll start that phase over again. And this is my last chance here. So back to dodging the orbs, dodging the outward beams. This is pretty straightforward. I like the mechanic here, like I said, of like your the thing you do to try to progress the fight actually makes it harder to progress because you're causing this thing to shoot at you as you're damaging it. But once you realize that you're the one in control here, like this becomes a fairly easy phase to get through. Now again, we just run around here, don't get hit, and wait for the counter to advance the phase. There we go. I'm doing really bad at getting through that beam in this phase. It took me a while to realize, like, when he talks, that's actually one of his attack phases. Oh, that was new. So if he's just standing there talking, he's totally open for attack. It counts as an attack phase. You can just get in there and do damage. So there he is, he's talking. Totally get in there and do some damage. There's 3 good parries in a row. Sometimes I think I attack him too early, but that, like in this phase, if you attack him too early, it just results in him trying to attack you and sets you up to be able to parry, so it's not necessarily a bad thing to attack early, especially if you've got good parry timing. There we go, so this advances into the final phase here. Or his final life bar, anyway. So I found here that just running around the outer circle is kind of the most effective thing that worked for me. There's some cases where I'm going to have to dodge in, especially when the beam gets close here. So I just try to stay as outward as possible. Not take too much damage. I'm, again, doing a terrible job of dodging the outward beam, but... So yeah, here's where we look back at the first phase and think, like, if that looked like bullet hell crazy, this is just insane. This phase gets nuts. Like, and again, it's all my own doing. Like, every time I shoot these things, the amount of orbs on the screen gets worse. You know, if I'm missing, that's hurting me worse because those are more orbs that are just floating around. But basically, we gotta get all of these pillars down. And they're, like, at the beginning of the fight, they were generous about giving out health orbs. At this point, there are no health orbs, as far as I can tell, on screen. I don't think I'm actually going to successfully beat him this time. But this is the final phase. There's another, like, melee combat phase here, but I think anyway. So this is at least going to capture all of the phases of the fight on the stream, except maybe a final combat thing, but it's nothing different than what we've seen already. So after this, I will go back to the actual current boss I'm on, which I do not do so well on. So like I said, it took me many attempts to get this guy down. Oh, I still have one. I guess I regained some life, so I'm not dead yet. Maybe we'll still beat this guy. That'll be fun. It was so extremely satisfying to actually kill him yesterday. Like, Dark Souls level of, like, feeling of accomplishment was great. for a free PS Plus game, I am like really enjoying this game. Alright, let's see if we can burn some of these things down faster here. They don't take a ton if you can focus on them. Like the yellow orbs do more than just cloud up the screen. Like it's a clever tactic. If you don't stand close to the pillars, you know, you can shoot in their direction, but you're bound to hit more of the orange balls than you will of the pillars. Like you can shoot the orange balls and they'll go away, but it doesn't really serve as a way to clear the screen because there's so much shit going on. It really just serves as a way to make you not hit the pillars. I'm doing a terrible job of dodging here. Yeah, I'm gonna totally die again here. But all around, I think this is a brilliantly designed fight.
Write your own story.
So we'll go back to the main menu, and like I said, that was the final phase of the boss.
In one single impact.
I will continue on to the current boss I'm on, who immediately follows that guy. This guy at first, I've only fought him once now. He seems so much less threatening than that guy based on like just all the crazy amount of projectiles and things that were on the screen at once. There's much less here. Like he's gonna shoot these things at me. They're obviously not as bad, but you can see he's got this poison effect. If you get hit, the screen starts to get a little blurry, a little harder to tell what's going on. I have to remind myself that I don't have to rely on my gun as much. In this one I can actually get in and do some damage with my sword. I touched his beams again, so got the poison effect going. I'm wondering if it gets worse during the rest of the fight. Like, I don't think it's as disorienting as they want it to be. Like, it's definitely a little more difficult, I guess, with that effect on, but it's not that bad. I guess while I don't have to rely on my gun completely, it doesn't stop me from just at least shooting him when I'm not close to him. The parry timing's a little bit different. Whoop. So one thing I've noticed is when he does those types of attacks where the ground goes red and you have to get out of that area, there's very, very little delay there. Okay, so we're essentially starting the fight over now. This is a reset of phase 1 because I lost my health bar. So we shouldn't see anything new here. Alright, I got hit, so we go a little bit blurry. But again, I don't think it's that upsetting. Maybe it gets worse later in the fight. I think at some point I'll look back on this and be embarrassed that I lost a thing in the first round. Such little time to react to that, even like when I know the second one's coming. Alright, got one successful one there. I think he just parried me. Fuck. Alright, got him past phase 1, so my health is refilled. I'm at full life completely now, which is great. Now we get a little more interesting pattern from his projectile, but still, like, not anything like what we saw with the previous guy. He got me again, so we'll reset that phase. I should not just walk into the big gooey center. Probably a bad idea. I think so. Alright, not doing so well this time. I'll get him here, but I'm gonna need... didn't get a chance to even parry the first one. Well, got a chance, but failed. So I think the biggest change in this one is just lack of ability to heal other than the parry. Like, other than the last phase of that last fight, there was like plenty of chances to keep your health topped off. His melee attacks, I think, are slower than the last guy. So, like, I have my reflex parry timing from him, which is causing me to miss a lot of the parries, but his attacks like that are so much faster. So I got the first one. No, dead. So I got out of his chain attacks there. I parried the first one because I thought to myself to delay just a second, but I couldn't carry on that thought process. My reflexes kick in and I start parrying too fast. I'll try one more time here. One out of three. Alright, successfully dodged 2 in a row. That was pretty good. Yeah. I feel like he's taking it easy on me so far. Alright, through phase 1 unscathed. It's pretty good. Though I clearly don't have a good strategy worked out for this phase yet. Alright, that's a perfect carry on that one. Whoop. Not so good at the dodging now, huh? I got 1 out of 2. Alright. Another phase, good stuff. I'm not sure if I've been to this phase with him. Oh, alright. Whoop. Yeah, I definitely have not been to this phase. So so this is all new stuff for me. Just dodge through some stuff, give him a couple slashes, doesn't seem too bad. I can handle his random popping up and letting me parry. Gives me some health, takes some of his away. I'm for it. Just keep this phase going. Oh, I get out of that. Oh, interesting.
So much power, but so much pain.
Come on, let me parry. There we go. Just one. There we go. Oh, the one time I don't try for the second one, it's the one time he does too. Alright. I'll take these free heals. These weak parries. I thought he was coming after me. I'll just go after him. Whoa! This is the interesting one. Not too bad when I know it's coming. Okay, what is going on here? I don't know what that was all about. You let me parry again? Alright, I'll take it. One more. Two. Alright, that's what I thought. There we go. Whoa. Whoa. Doing this thing again. It's a really weird thing. I don't know if I'm doing something bad that's triggering that, or if it's just something I, like, if it's just part of the thing I have to be aware of. I don't know. Whoa, that's really weird move to do in tight space. Oh, he got me. So reset the phase. That phase is by far one of the better phases of this fight. Like, it's pretty tolerable. These parries are not that difficult when he pops up. The third one, he'll hit me twice. I missed the second one, but... Oops. That's not so bad. Just gotta go make him, like, pay for that one. It's one of my only chances to actually damage him, I think. I can get him once there.
So much power, but so much pain.
Yeah, it seems to be the only negative about this phase is there's not a ton of, like, chances to damage him. At least not the way I'm going about it here. This part's not so bad. Just to pay attention, I don't know if I'm actually losing any health during that exchange or what. Alright, maybe pause for just a second. Bear with me. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So he's trying to pull me under here. Like, I didn't see if I lost any health there. I don't have a ton of health to spare at this point, so Again, make them pay for a dialogue section. Alright, that's really tough in that close range. I don't know what to do. It's not looking good here. Oh, too quick. Oh, I should pay attention here. There we go. I can handle this phase all day if you're just gonna let me keep parrying and healing. And if I get the second one there, I do get a good chance to do some damage.
So much pain.
Okay, it doesn't look like I take any damage during that part. Come on, get my parry heals in. No third one this time. That's fine.
I can put a stop to it. Let me breathe.
Alright, see if we can get him out of this phase this time. Nope, that's not a good way to start. Fuck, I'm screwed. And that's it.
This hellhole place can't be the end of the road. Remember what's waiting for you out there.
Alright, so I think I'll probably call it there for the night. I definitely don't like this fight as much as the last one, but it's not super bad. I just gotta get quicker at dodging the red floor thing. Keep in mind that he does that way more than the attacks that are possible to be parried when he's in the little combat circle there. Anyway, I'll try to do better about streaming the next attempt and not playing on solo. So until next time.